Welcome back to the Ask Jerry show, the show about relational science. And as you can see across the bottom, we're watching There It Goes, coming across the bottom. So, welcome back. We're going to continue tonight, talking about relationship issues, about relational science. Again, relational science means that when you know what buttons to push, you very frequently get the results that you're looking for. If you push the wrong buttons, you get the wrong results. And there's an old saying that goes, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. And what we're talking about is a new way of doing things. So last week we were talking about relationship, a romantic relationship, and we talked about complaining, we talked about boundaries, and we talked about how important it is to, the word protect wouldn't be the right word, but let's just try it on for just a second, how to protect your boundaries, meaning calmly and reasonably letting people know when they step on your toes. So that when someone is stepping on your toes, you have a responsibility to let them know that they're doing this. Otherwise, they're not going to know. Okay, so we talked about the difference between being a high maintenance and a low maintenance person. A high maintenance person is someone that complains a lot, complains ineffectively, complains angrily, and winds up not getting what they want. So, question to the audience out there, all you folks out in TV land, why do people complain? What are some reasons that people complain? Does anybody know? All right. Well, being that no one is calling in, I'm going to tell you why. One of the reasons that people complain is to punish, to teach them a lesson. You always do this to me. I'm sick and tired of it. Okay, that's a complaint, right? It is a complaint. It's an angry complaint. It's a complaint that talks about what's wrong with the other person. It's a complaint. They're teaching you. They're punishing you, and complaints like that will be registered as complaints. You'll be able to get a load off of your mind. But is it going to change anything? Probably not. When you're a kid and your parent yells at you and complains to you, yeah, you might listen to them, but you're doing it out of fear. It's not a respectful relationship. Let's just make sure if we turn up the sound that's coming across on the TV. I'm talking to my engineer, Donna. Are we coming across live on the air? Are you hearing us, folks out there in TV land? Okay, we're fine. All right, so what were we talking about? We were saying that a sergeant, when a sergeant gives you a command to do something and says, you better do what I tell you to do or else, sorry about that, again, you may do it, but you're not going to like it. And if you do something, if you feel forced to do something in a relationship that you don't like and you're doing it just to keep the peace, then that's going to be a problem later on. So a complaint, a good complaint is when you're telling someone that there is a problem and also what you would like to see instead. Instead of, hey, I'm tired of you doing that. Well, it's nice when you can say, well, listen, I don't like when you do that. What I would rather see is such and such. What you're doing is you're sort of not ending the sentence in a problem mode. You're ending the sentence with a solution. So would you rather live in a problem? Would you rather live in a solution? So giving an alternative could be a very good idea also. So when you're going to complain, it's not about teaching them a lesson. It's not about making them wrong. It's not about making yourself right. It's about trying to change what the problem is, where everybody wins. So if you get your way and he doesn't like it, well, what have you really won? Okay. People, unlike animals, keep a cheat sheet, they call that, or a secret invisible scorecard where have you ever done this? Do you remember someone in the fourth grade that may have shoved you or tripped you or something like that? You ever fall asleep at night thinking about him and, oh man, if I could get my hands on him now, or what I should have said to her was such and such. Animals don't do that. They're in the moment, but people frequently do this. So if you get what you want and they're not happy about it the way it was gotten, then they're going to remember that. And human beings, unfortunately, they'll get you back. So you'll pay for that eventually. So what was it that was it George McGovern or was it Bush that said, or was it Gerald Ford? When you win, if you have a win-win situation, everybody's going to be happy. But if you have a win-lose, then you're going to wind up paying for that in the long run. So we're talking about boundaries. We're talking about being low maintenance or high maintenance. Okay. So let's talk for a minute about what low maintenance, a low maintenance person, a low maintenance complaint. A low maintenance complaint to whoever you're complaining to, your son, your parent, your coworker, your boss, your employee, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Um, a complaint could sound like this, a low maintenance complaint. Hey, honey, I have a problem. I hope you could help me with that. See the way I start? I have a problem. I'm going to do something about this mic, folks. Okay, move a little further down. Okay. So, a low maintenance complaint is I have a problem and I was hoping you could help me with it. People are now recruited to be on your side as opposed to being the opposition. So that's more of a low maintenance complaint. Okay. And also, we talked last week about choosing your battles. If you're going to argue or complain every time they do something, you're not going to be fun to be around. So, another way of looking at that is don't get into battles that you're going to lose. What does that mean? Well, I was in a park the other day and I saw a mother wheeling her baby carriage with a little infant in the baby carriage, and her son, who was about 6 years old, was running up ahead. And she said, "You get back here right this minute." Now, did he listen? Well, he turned around, he looked at his mom, and then what did he do? Anybody know what he did? He kept on going. And then she said, "If you don't get right back here, you're in a lot of trouble." And what did he do? Did he listen to her? Well, you probably guessed by now that he didn't. What was she doing? She was engaged in a battle that, well, first of all, he knew that she wasn't going to win. He's already had experience with her that when she threatens, he knows that nothing is going to happen. So whenever she threatens to do something, he knows that he's got a free ride here. Okay, we have a caller calling in. Let's see now. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
I just want to say you're doing a great job, like always.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
okay, what's great about it?
No, that you know what you're talking about and the topics you're talking about. We need topics like that on the show. And we need it on these channels.
Uh-huh. Well, I appreciate hearing that. Have you been watching us long?
Yeah, a friend turned me on to the show. He been telling me about it. So
Uh-huh.
I checked it out to see for myself, and he was right.
Okay, well, I appreciate you calling in. If there are any ideas that you have, any topics that you would like for us to talk about, let us know, okay?
Yes, I'll keep turning in, and if I have anything, I will call back.
Great, thanks for calling.
Thank you, too.
All right, take care. All right, it's nice to hear someone is getting something out of the show. All right, so where were we? We were the mother. She threatens, she doesn't do anything. He knows he's going to get a free ride, this little kid, and it's not a battle she's going to win because he's going to have a temper tantrum instead of giving in. And he already knows that she is not going to do anything. When he has a temper tantrum, she'll get scared. So she's going to lose this battle. We have another caller here. Is there another caller? Yes, you're on the air.
Hi,
Yes.
how you doing?
Good. Do you have a question? Okay, goodbye to that. So she was fighting losing battles. Every time that she threatens him and doesn't follow through with her threat, what does he learn in the relationship with his mother? Well, he knows he can get away with things, but what I'm more concerned about is that she is teaching him that she is worthy of disrespect. So what does that mean? When he gets to ignore her request, when he gets to ignore what she's asking him to do, when he gets to ignore it, she loses esteem in his eyes. He loses respect for her. So we'll take this call. Caller, you're on the air.
You know what it is?
You have a
And
question?
yeah, you know what it is about his mother?
What?
That she be on 42nd Street prostituting.
All right, gonna let you go then. All right. So she is teaching him to disrespect her. Every time he disrespects her again, he's going to lose a little bit more respect for her, and at some point he'll have no respect for her. In a relationship, say in a romantic relationship, if you're having an argument, a disagreement, when you say something, when you when you're going to fight a losing battle, he will lose respect for you, and never ever allow them to lose respect for you. You have a lot to say with that. You have a lot to do about that. It's easy enough to lose respect for people to lose respect for us that we have to make sure in a relationship that they don't do that. All right, don't choose battles that you're not going to win, or don't choose battles that you're not going to win right now. Choose your battles wisely. All right, we're going to take this caller. You're on the air. You're on the air. Okay, so choose your battles. If this is the wrong time to, if this is the wrong time to engage, don't engage. Again, you're complaining because you want to bring about a change for the better in this relationship. So you have to do it at the right time, in the right way, the most effective way for a change to come about. Okay, we're not going to take this caller. Uh, so now, complaining too much makes you high maintenance. Choose your battles. Don't engage in battles you won't win. Okay. There's another caller on the issue. Do we take this one? No, we're going to talk a little bit more about being hurt. When we are hurt, as human beings, when we are hurt, how do we react usually? Does anyone know out there how do we react when we are hurt? Okay. Uh, our engineer is making fists. That's right. We want to fight. We go into battle. And it's an interesting thing that when we are hurt, we respond with anger. We react with anger. So, is that the best way to respond? Well, maybe in some societies, maybe in some situations. I don't know. Maybe if you live in a rough neighborhood, I don't know. But let's talk about the man and the woman in this relationship for now. He says something that is hurtful to you, and she can say, "How dare you say that to me? I hate you. How could you do this to me?" Okay, she's responding with anger. What is that going to accomplish? Well, what is that going to accomplish? Well, on his side, it's oh well, you're losing your temper with me again, huh? Why? What would happen if she would respond with hurt? Anyone know what would happen if she'd respond with hurt? Okay, let's see. We have a caller. Yes, you're
Hey
on the air.
Jerry, hey Jerry, how you doing? No, it is because sometimes my girl, she be saying some like mean things, like I be telling her sometimes you be overdoing it, and it be hurting me sometimes.
She's saying things to hurt you.
Yeah, like sometimes we could say something, and then also she comes out and say like really mean things, and I said, why you gotta do that?
Going to turn up the volume a bit. Okay. So how does it feel when she says hurtful things to you?
I feel like kind of sad,
Uh-huh.
sad because I would never say any kind of mean things to her like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What should I call you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jose. Jose.
Jose. I have a question for you. You say that you never say mean